Yo, Planet Coaster friends, this is Michael with Gamerhood Builds, and I'm back, and I decided to create a new park. So I was kind of over the Lost Adventure Park. I don't know, maybe we'll go back to it, but in the usual Planet Coaster vibes that I generally do, I make everything way too big. So I decided to make a new park now that the Western is out, and honestly, I haven't played the April update basically drops tomorrow. I haven't played in a few weeks, and I haven't because I was having a crash. My AMD drivers got updated, and there was a crash, and then I saw on the forums how to prevent it from happening, so I did that. Anyways, this is kind of all I've done so far, surprising for the number of hours I've already put in, but I just building out a really simple train station-esque vibe of a front gate. I don't know if this will be 100% a Western park or if it'll have the other themes in it. I'm just kind of focusing on this beginning area. In my love for Big Thunder Mountain and all things crazy mine trains, that was the first thing I did because I saw this hill and I was like, hey, I want to do that. So what I've been kind of trying to do is, I took a little bit of inspiration from Estan Wolf's Wilderness Springs, having this spring thing here. This pond I think originally was small on the original map, and I clearly expanded it out, but I kind of want to bring it along in the other, maybe there'll be a path here or something. Anyways, so what's the theme on this is I have, I made sure to build a bunch of block stations so I can run up to 3 trains on this. And so what I'm thinking is obviously mine. So I've got this mine cart thing up here, which I'll build the mine little braces and everything. I've done a ton of painting, which I normally don't do. Normally I just let it auto paint, but I really wanted to focus on ground texture. So everything here, and this is something I took away from Estan Wolf's one of his last videos, was the sand or gravel texture really makes the water pop. So I tried to use that in all the bottoms, and then I've used a ton of gravel and dirt to try to mix in here. There's still places I need to touch up. I've been trying to add the dry grass and the long grass as well, just to add texture under the trees. So yeah, the train kind of here, let's play it out. We'll let our train run. And yeah, so the train kind of runs along here. This originally wasn't filled in with water, but that was just a weird clipping thing of when I built the train. And then it's going to come up here, and I'm envisioning a whole bunch of buildings both sides of the train track here, so they'll kind of it'll weave through, and then it goes into this tunnel, and it's all flat through the whole tunnel. I don't know, maybe I can kind of do some Seven Dwarf Mine type of interior, but I always find working underground so incredibly difficult. And then yeah, it pops out on the other side. It goes up the next major lift hill, which I tried to build into the angle of, I did some terraforming here, but it comes up here. I'll put a big mine building on top of this, and it kind of swoops down and around and shoots down and around and does a big curve, goes over. We'll do a bridge here or something, and then it swoops down, and it was coming in way too hot. So there's a block and a break here, and then it swoops down here, and it comes in pretty darn soft. Where'd that train go? It's probably in the tunnel. I think the only thing I'm not a fan about is, and maybe this is just a timing thing with the station, I may need to increase the interval, because this train on the first lift hill will hit and stop before this train gets to the top, which means this block isn't clear, which I'm not a fan of. So I think I just need to adjust. Yeah, see, it stops there and waits for this train to go over the hill. So I think I just need to adjust the timing for how long the minimum wait is before it can leave. Obviously, this is like test running and doesn't have any people in it, but yeah, I actually haven't ridden it since I did a bunch of this landscaping. Added in this water and did a ton of trees, just trying to fill in the areas that I knew I wasn't going to put any buildings. Because I figured, in the worst case, if I don't build the buildings, at least it has some scenery. Yeah, it swoops down here and then kind of swings back. Originally, I was going to make this like a little tunnel thing, but I don't know, maybe I'll put a building here with like a crane or something on it. The other thing I was thinking about doing, obviously I want to add some buildings here and here to try to give it that like mine town vibe. Was thinking about putting the full scale train, not the ride, but the scenery pieces with the giant, where are they? If I come here, also, Frontier, like, what's up with this? You search train, and you get that. You search locomotive, and you get that. Like, what? So, you would think that they could add additional keywords for searching. I was thinking about putting, like, some track here, and somehow bringing it along, maybe change some of these rocks and stuff, but bring it along the edge here. There's going to be a little waterfall, and have a little bridge, or maybe I'll just use a dummy train track with no station, so I can get I don't know. I'll think about it. But anyways, put a couple of these here, like this mine dumps out into it, and then put some like chutes or something, so it looks like this is where they load like the ore, and then they would take it away. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the first ride. Somewhere else, maybe here, because it'll be a lot smaller. I was thinking about a classic sawmill log flume. So then that'll be the two like major rides. But again, I'm trying not to like go insane and put like a ride over here before I like, because that's what happens. I like spread it out way too much, or I make the rides way too big and not compact enough, and I'm like, this is humongous, and then it's impossible to like fill in all the details in between. So I'm gonna keep parking at a very minimal, probably bring this off somewhere over here, and just, I don't know, I'll figure out some way to like do an entrance. I'm not the best building builder, so been watching a lot of other people build so that I can learn. But yeah, and then ultimately I want the pathing to come kind of like along the spring, and it'll join back up here, and then I don't know, maybe we'll put like a little flat ride in here and try to keep some sort of visual break between the entrance and here. I don't want it to be too crowded, but we'll add some sort of food and stuff over here, but then this path will come along here. The queue will, I don't know, run along somewhere in there and then come back. Doesn't have to be too crazy over here, but I would like it to be kind of nice. And then the primary path obviously will continue this way, and then I'm going to do sort of a nature trail that runs along here. Also depends on like if I do the train through here, I'll make it like disappear into the mountain or something. And then yeah, so that's kind of the plan, and then we'll figure out some flat rides or something for the middle. But I need to, like, even though I'm talking about not going crazy and spreading out too much, I also have a tendency to like pack things really tight and not leave space for like nature and walking trails and stuff like that. Like obviously people don't want to like schlep across like the whole continent, but I do want to make it so that like it's a theme, and there's nature and places to sit and relax. And yeah, thanks for following along, and I hope you will follow this new series as I build out my new park. Oh yeah, it's called Timberline Thrills. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.